We know he can do radio.
We know that he can yee-haw.
We know he can ride a horse. But today, the true test. Coast Country's Jason Lee is in the Delmarva Life Kitchen. We're putting his culinary skills to the test.
Well, hello again. It's so nice to be here.
We love it when you are.
I still feel really bad about the horse. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay. We're just going to leave it at that. But
yeah, but we're going to make it feel better with a little bit of comfort food. This is one of my favorites that I like to do. And this is great because this can be a side or this can be the whole meal. And it can be any meal of the day.
Really?
This is great for breakfast and you can even eat it cold. But I love cornbread and a glass of milk.
Okay.
And I love ham and cheese sandwiches.
Right.
So I got to a point where I said, you know what? I'm going to combine two great things and I'm going to make them 1-to-1. So here we're going to do ham and cheese cornbread, and I like things spicy. We're going to throw a little jalapeños on top of this.
Yes. Jimmy's happy.
Now, Jimmy, we were talking beforehand, and you said that you're not a big cornbread fan.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that I don't like it. Cornbread is good, yes. I'm just not a big cornbread fan.
And that's fine. Everybody's got their thing that they're just not a fan of.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my best to change your mind today.
Okey-doke.
Okay.
All righty.
So we need to get started. Now, I am a simple kind of guy. I have simple ingredients in my kitchen, and one of my most simple ingredients that I always have on hand is a box of Jiffy cornbread mix. That is right there. Go ahead and dump that in.
That's one box?
Ready to go?
That's actually 2 boxes
Okay.
because, you know, we're going to feed the crew today, so we want to make sure we do a double batch.
Okay.
All right. While we're going to do some of the dry ingredients, Lisa, I'm going to go ahead and have you start cutting up the ham because have you ever had jalapeno poppers?
Yes.
Or like onion rings and you bite into it and the whole thing comes out? Right? We're going to try to make sure the ham doesn't do that with our
you want
cornbread.
little teeny tiny pieces.
So we're going to cut that up.
Bite at a
Okay.
time.
All right.
All right.
Jimmy, we've got our cornmeal in there. We're going to go ahead. Now the cornmeal recipe says 1 egg,
1 egg.
for a single batch, but we're doing 2, so let's do 2 eggs in there, please.
2 eggs in, okay. I'm not separating or anything.
No.
Whole
Just
egg.
try to keep the shells out of there. We don't need any extra calcium today.
Great texture, though.
Let's go ahead and this is where I like to mix things up a little bit because I like corn in my cornbread. Now the cornmeal is great. Nothing against just boxed cornmeal, but I'm going to throw in some creamed corn on top of that.
Okay.
So this is actually a 14-ounce can of creamed corn.
Creamed corn.
Just drop that right in there.
Okay.
And we're also going to use, the recipe calls for 1/3 of a cup of milk per box.
Okay.
We're going to do a double, but here's the thing, Jimmy, is that you don't want to put 2/3 of a cup of milk in here because we've added some additional liquid.
Right.
So let's go 1/2 cup of milk.
1/2 cup of milk.
Yep.
Is this
That looks great. You are a fantastic meat
all
chopper.
of this?
Yeah, because
okay.
we've actually got two different types of ham here. We've got a honey ham and we've got a brown sugar ham.
Ooh.
Because I like sweets.
Ready to go in? What?
1/2 cup, my friend, 1/2 cup.
Oh, I went way
Oh
heavy.
yeah, you
Holy mackerel.
heavy-handed
And
milk
I would have
corn.
ruined everything right here and now.
Well, it just would have been a little bit on the runny side.
Which is no good. That's not what we want at all.
No.
Because that's not what you're making.
Right.
All right.
So there we. That's better.
right, so
I can live with that.
Give me some quick instructions so that we can go to commercial break and come back and finish up what we're
All
doing.
right. You're also going to add in some sugar because I like my cornbread a little on the sweet side, and so while
Okay.
you add that, you're going to start mixing it up.
All right.
And she's going to continue to chop, and we're going to come back and we're going to taste some cornbread
Oh,
magic.
I'm loving it. 2 kinds of hams, jalapenos, cheese, cornbread, corn. It's all coming together in the Delmarva Life Kitchen at the hands of Coast Country's Jason Lee.
I love the inaugural Coast Country Cooks segment that we're doing here because this is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Fantastic job mixing, by the way.
I'm a
Fantastic
mixer.
job chopping.
Thank you.
What we're going to do is we're going to take our mixed cornbread batter.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, yeah.
Whoop,
So
whoop,
I'm
whoop.
just going to try not to do that. Here's the thing is that we're going to layer this. So you want to make sure that you get a good base.
Oh, so we're not just dumping it.
We're not just dumping it. We're gonna do a little culinary magic here. We're gonna do that, and then Lisa, you're gonna take a little bit of cheese first.
Okay.
And you're gonna put a layer of cheese down.
Jason, Lisa doesn't do a little bit of cheese.
No such thing.
And that's why she's probably one of my favorite people. All right, and then you're gonna take some ham just from wherever, and you're gonna do a layer of ham.
That's it. That's the
See,
only
when you
reason
said
I
cornbread, I'm thinking
And we're gonna do some more cheese because
Oh.
you know
cheese.
it's
It's
cheese.
cheese. Come on.
I mean, if you're gonna do ham and cheese, you gotta do ham and cheese.
do ham and cheese, okay.
All right, and then we're gonna top the rest of this back off here. And this is why you wanna make sure that you've got a good consistency, but nothing too runny, because you want a little bit of weight on there to tap everything down.
Everything in its place.
And we would
Okay.
scrape all that out, put that down.
Okay.
And
Can we keep
because we like cheese, right?
Yeah,
We're
no.
gonna throw a little bit more cheese on there.
Oh, good.
Of course.
I was afraid we weren't going to have
Put
any more
that,
cheese.
and here's why, is because the jalapenos that we put on there, we want them to sit on a bed. We don't want them to actually, we're gonna, look how she passed that down.
I noticed that, right?
I
here's-
will touch my face, my eyes, after touching the jalapenos.
Very important to not touch your face before washing your hands after touching the hot peppers.
So let me ask you if we can do this. Can we make like a Jason and Jimmy half, and then a half for Lisa? Does that work?
Works.
We can
That
do
works for me.
No,
Okay.
you can go ahead and do
Now,
Oh, good.
Now in your oven, 400 degrees like it says on the
Right.
box, but because we're making a double batch, the normal 17 minutes would normally go up because you've got additional ingredients. You just want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on it, but good place to start, 20 to 25 minutes, then keep checking it from there.
Go from there.
All right.
So we're going to go ahead
we're
and
going to
move
do that
this.
magic of television
Do
thing.
the magic of TV thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my.
that looks good.
And
And
let's
it
see,
smells good too.
see if we can't do that.
Look,
because
would you take a good look at the shape of the jalapenos
Is that a
in
10?
this cornbread?
that is a 10.
Look at
Oh,
there we go.
let me do that.
There's the 10.
There we go. Happy 10-year anniversary
Thank
to Del
you.
Mar.
Del Mar Life Ticket.
Awesome.
You are the man. Thank
All
you so
right.
much.
You gonna serve it up, or?
Let's do it.
Okay, here, you do that.
Oh, I'm gonna cut this.
And
Okay.
while you're doing that, tell us, how can we listen to Coast Country? And
Coast Country is on two frequencies, 103.9 and 106.3, and of course online at coastcountry.com. Oh, see, there we go. Look, that seems to be. Oh, there we go. That's what I want to see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
One for
maybe
Jimmy?
the first one.
you get an end piece too. Get a little
Do you
bit
like the
crunchy.
end?
No,
You like
it
it?
doesn't matter to me.
Well, I mean, I was going
One
to eat it
for me.
anyway. I was just curious.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and we've got some butter down there. It's always best with butter.
Butter too. Ooh, I didn't think
Everything's
about
better
butter.
with butter. What are you talking
That's
about?
it.
Better with
Put a little bit on
Yep.
top. There we go. Jimmy,
Careful, it's probably
It is.
still warm.
It is still very warm.
it's not gonna keep
Okay,
me
thank
from
you.
tasting it.
So, Jason, thank you for this.
You are quite welcome.
Got some awesome stuff that you have and are doing at the station.
Super hot.
Makes it. It is extremely warm.
And it's super good too.
Is it really?
It is delicious. Oh my goodness.
No,
A
appreciate-
Jason Lee original.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
We
as
appreciate you
always.
being on. Thank you so much, and
Oh,
thank you
wow.
for.
Yeah, did I change your mind?
I got to. It does. I see what you're saying about this being a meal all its own.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Right.
It's gonna be a new favorite in my home.
Ain't making it that long.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.